All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 718 on this beautiful Tuesday night for the Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. My name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs all the back office over here at KonaButterflyz, but you're not here for me. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and that Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know, so that way you too can flex hard this summer and have that license. And what a flex it is to be licensed.
Yeah.
What it is. What a great day. And we're going to have those test taking techniques tonight. That is going to definitely help you get those pass notices. But we've got announcements. There is a change. There's a change in the system. There is a monkey in the wrench. There is something that is has been a standard for the last, at least since 2020, and now it has come to an end.
Yes.
And what is that, Brandy?
That would be the remote testing for FINRA. Boom, boom, boom. So
All the exams, or what's going on?
So-
SIE, because that's a FINRA exam.
yeah, so here's the rule. So a while ago, about a year ago, NASA, the 63, 65, 66 got rid of the remote testing. They were like, no. So, but FINRA kept the SIE, the 6 and the 7, and a couple of others. They kept those being able to do remote testing, which means testing at home, basically on your home computer. Well, as of June 9th, they are getting rid of the remote testing availability for the 6 and the 7. So now you will only be able to freely schedule the SIE remotely. But there is a caveat. If you are scheduled to take the 6 and 7 and 6 or 7, and you live more than 150 miles away from the nearest test center, or you have a compromised immune system, you can request a remote test.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be some sort of proof of.
There's forms. There's actually
I'm sure there's forms
that
and
you would-
stuff like that you got to fill out. So it's just not like you can say that, but there'll be
No.
proof that you have to prove it.
forms and proof. Yes.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So, and I know there was something about like if you already have an exam scheduled. Did you say that?
Yeah, so windows are 120 days, right? So if you have a remote schedule for the 6 or 7 scheduled already, they're not canceling those. So if you already have a remote schedule through I think September something, they're not going to cancel that, but you will not be able to schedule a new one past June 9th. So I would say if you've got a remote test scheduled for, let's say, July, I would keep that appointment.
Yeah. So you're not going to be able to cancel that appointment, reschedule another remote test.
Correct.
Because they're not giving out any new ones.
Correct.
So if you're already in, keep it. If you can't make that, just know that you're not going to be able to reschedule another at-home one because they're not doing it.
Exactly.
We're not going to do it.
Not gonna do it. Because remember, guys, this was in response to COVID back in 2021. Actually, the year 2020, they actually didn't do any testing at all. So they introduced this idea of remote testing. It had a few bugs when it first started, but it does sound like that was only supposed to be a temporary measure. And so there you go.
But it does sound like they're keeping some parts of it, but for what do they call it? I don't know. I can't find the words right now.
Service.
I don't know. Circumstances. Yeah.
Special circumstances.
Yeah.
Ah.
Sure.
Ah.
Yeah. I'll think of the word later.
There you go.
All right. Anyways, moving on. Good to see you all, but let's get this thing going. Let's get it rocking. I wanted to make sure that everybody knows about that remote testing. As always, we've gone away from like the testing news because there hasn't been really any testing news, but we used to do them nightly during 20 and 2021. It was like every single night. Okay, and if you have a cough and you have one leg that's like shorter than the other, you got to stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you cover your nose and breathe out your ears.
Remember our motto in 2020 was stay ready.
Yeah. In 2020, I came up with that. Not 20. Oh yeah. 2021. Yeah. But different times now.
Yep.
Different times. Now we just don't care.
Now it's like, well, just wear
Whatever.
Just wear a mask.
Eh.
We're good.
You're gonna get sick. Get over it.
Yeah.
Now we're back to the 70s. That's how they did it when back in the 70s when we were growing up in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Are you
Put some
throwing
dirt on it.
Are you throwing up?
Drink some Robitussin. Have some 7-Up. Be all right.
That's how it was. It was like, how high's your fever?
But my stomach doesn't feel really good. Okay, we'll put lemon in your 7-Up.
Well, are you actually? But my parents would always do this. Are you actually throwing up? No. Go to school.
Yeah. Do you have an actual fever?
It's 101.
Yeah, you can work it out.
Take some Advil.
You have PE first?
Take some Tylenol.
You'll sweat it out.
Wear a jacket.
I don't care. The same generation didn't put us in car seats. Anyways, all right. Online on-demand courses and videos and audios, they're available for you, so that way you can get your study on whenever you need to. We got study guides. We got SIE 663, $20 each. We even got 26 one. If you want to know all the things that we have to offer, orientation replay, all the good, all the free, the paid, all that great stuff, you can go ahead and find that there in that link. And what link am I talking about? The link that's over there, the QR code. Scan the QR code or hit the link in the chat that Brandy's going to put up in there in any minute.
I did.
We have the Kona community. We're going to go over that tomorrow. You definitely want to be a part of that Kona community because Brandy will answer questions on Wednesday concerning the questions left over there. Discord Wednesdays, we like to call it. And we'll be doing that tomorrow night. But that is our studying hall. That is our study group. That is where you can post questions, get questions answered. You can go look up old stuff, any old questions that people have left behind. You can go ahead and find that over there. Also, we have a Telegram. It's just a nice little reminder. And by the way, you can reach me on the Telegram too. You can message me direct over there on Telegram if you have that. But we also have 866 Hey Kona. That is my phone number. You can leave me a voicemail or a text. Go ahead and do that. And Brandy is only found on the Discord. We have live sessions happening tomorrow. We have the Series 26 and Series 65. 26, I believe, is something to do with pivoted.
Sorry, communication now. Well, I went fast today. I got more done than I thought. Sorry. Let's go.
Disregard all of the stuff that went out today. Disregard all the live reminders, all the Instagrams, everything that said what the 26 topic it is.
Oh, sorry.
Communication, by the way.
It's bonus.
Isn't that quite what do they say that is dang it.
Good problem to have.
No. The topic's communication, but there was no communication on your part.
Oxymoron?
No. Dang it, you are zero help with this stuff. Man. What is it? Oh, someone help me. 65, we have equities and SPAC. Ironic. Thank you. The irony of it all.
Yeah.
Thank you. Man, what has gone wrong with my mind? I cannot think of words today. Anyways, equities and SPAC, that's what we're going over tomorrow. All of this fun starts at 7 a.m. in Hawaii, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. in the East. And then Batman and Robin style, 65 right after, 8 a.m. in Hawaii, 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. in Central, 2 p.m. in the East. And that is a 2-hour session for the Series 65. All right, we have Saturday. We do have a free workshop. We're going to go over test-taking techniques. So tonight, if you are brand new and you're like, man, I wish I knew what all the cool little words and things and all the patterns and all their own language they got going on there. I want to know the foundation. Where's all that stuff coming from? What I just want to know the beginning of all that. Well, that's what we're going to do on Saturday morning. And it is just, you get the concepts of these techniques, these skill sets from the very basics. You don't even need to study for anything. But if you are, we're going to go over life exam questions, securities questions. We're going to have MLO questions. We're going to have random questions that we get. I don't know. What were we talking about today? I think it was like teacher. I don't know. We're going to throw in all kinds of great stuff. Brandy is completely blanked out and I can't think of anything. I got no assist over here. I don't know what's going on. Is the gas on? I don't know. Like the oven's open. All right. So we're going to do that. That's going to be free. It's going to be the same Zoom, 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and it's completely free. Same Zoom link you're on right now. Join us. Bring your mom. Bring your friend. We'll all have fun. Yeah. All right. There you go.
Yeah.
You ready to get after it?
Yeah. Why not? Let's just do it.
I'm obviously not freestyling very good tonight. Not free-flowing with the words. The vocabulary's escaped me.
Are you a rapper?
Yeah. No, not tonight. What? Oh, we need a ruler?
Dude, some of these default things.
You got a slide ruler you want to bring up on there? Want to draw a line? All right, test taking techniques Tuesday. That's right. This is where we give you those skills that pays the bills. But we got rules of test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to ask, what exam did that question come from? You guys get all caught up if it's difficult, if it's not, if it's hard. You're like, oh my gosh, that looks so difficult. Oh, quit paying attention to all the difficulty and all that nonsense. Pay attention to what Brandy's doing. How is she approaching the question? Why is she reading answers first? Because it leads to reading the question with intent. If you're a 3 to 4 or 5 time reader of a question, you definitely need to try this. You need to definitely adapt this way of doing it, so that way you can help yourself do better. Right? Brandy, you can't. She has a thing for do better. She thinks it's the funniest thing ever. I don't know why. All right, rule number 2. As soon as we're done here,
practice. You gotta practice, because practice makes perfect. It makes you do better. So guys, right after this, you're gonna grab your own practice quiz. I can't do it like he does, but you're gonna do a flash quiz, 10 questions in less than 10 minutes.
That's right. 1 minute of thought per question, 10 questions, 10 minutes, flash quiz. Any Q bank, whatever Q bank you're using, whatever section, area, unit, whatever, it doesn't matter what you're using. The point is you're starting to use these types of tricks, tips, and techniques to help you get this done. So you want to start practicing those skill sets, right?
Yeah.
If you were playing basketball, you want to go up and down the basketball court, just laying it up after another, one after another, one after another. Who cares if you miss? And that's the thing with skills, guys. You're going to mess up a lot until you master it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine Kobe giving up if he missed this first layup or 2 or 3 or 100? I'll just forget it. Basketball ain't for me.
Nah.
I know the coach keeps telling me to do it like this, but I just keep missing it. I'm done.
Yep.
Guys, that's not how it works. That's not how you get skills. You got to keep practicing. So that's what we want you to do as soon as you're done here. So let's get after it. Let's do this, Brandy.
Let's do it. All right. Zoom in a little bit. All right. I am going to sell an equal number of shares to his existing position. I am going to buy an equal number of shares to his existing short position. Why do you got to say short right there? And then we got sell and buy. Boop. Okay. And then I got sell short QRS to close his existing position. And I got buy to close his existing position and
I love ands.
Open a new long position in the stock.
I don't know, but if I'm looking at the question, if it asks for 2 things, I'm really strongly considering D. I'm not saying it's the answer, but I would strongly look for that, right?
Because of the and.
If it's a 2-parter, they're like, and you have to do this, and you got to do this. Which one is it? I would probably pick D if I didn't know anything.
Fun fact. So I kind of crossed off things that you guys don't really need to answer this question, right? It says he now believes, so that's a change. He now believes the company is in a better position, I think, and wants to change his strategy. Guys, Andy and I did not practice this. I do want you guys to know that. No. He did not see these questions beforehand.
No, as you guys can all tell from the last few minutes, we do not rehearse this at all.
No, we do not.
This is all live. This is all freewheeling.
Right. But you guys see that, right? The now, the and change. That means that there is going to be something different. So yeah, you got to close one thing and open another, right? So watch, check this out. Boom. Just like that. Just based on that. There was nothing
you want to show them the question?
Oh, yeah. There was nothing else that we really needed about this question. It was simply just D was the only one that had and. I'm going to look for 2 things, and there was 2 things.
That's it.
That's it.
But Brandy, I don't know how buy and sell and close work. I don't get it. Did you need to know it right then? No. And we say this all the time. They don't care how you got the answer as long as you got the answer right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So either should you. You shouldn't care either.
Exactly. All right. I have she will do nothing but the order stays open until the end of the day if more inventory becomes available. She will buy 450 shares and the rest of the order will be canceled. She will buy 450 shares and the remainder of the order remains open until filled, or the order will be canceled and nothing is done.
So I'm glad that this came up right here, these answers, because someone in the chat said, oh, is and our friend? Now, in this situation, we have two ands, right? It's not as simple and clear cut as the last one. And all of these techniques is not always 100% always like, oh, yeah, if you see that, it's 100% it. Nothing is 100%, guys, not even Lysol.
Right.
But if it works 70% of the time,
I'm gonna definitely look at it.
especially if you don't know what's going on the screen anyway,
I'm not gonna ignore it. So
why
is
not?
and our friend? Yes. You can say and is our friend, whereas Mona lies and is our friend.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So let's look at the question, right? So I put in an order to buy 500 shares. Guys, if you notice, nothing on there. One at least laughs. If you look, there's nothing in our answer choices that say 500, right? And then it says fill or kill, and it says there are 450 available. What happens to the order? Guys, I don't know about you, but fill or kill sounds very dramatic.
Yep, just like its initials there.
And if you look at it, it just says fill it or kill it. There's no yeah, but. Does that make sense? It just says fill or kill. There's no, yeah, leave it open. There's no, no, it says I want 500 or kill it. So that is where I'm going by. I'm literally going by give me 500 or kill the order. And there you go.
Yep. Alejandra, see, you got it. Don't guess yourself. No question mark.
Say
it
it
was
with your
it.
chest.
Say it with your chest.
Right?
D.
See, and look.
Don't go D.
See, look.
Maybe.
All of that
There you
noise.
go.
All of that noise.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah. G. See, there you go.
Commit.
All right. I like this.
You had it.
All right. So I have financial industry. Actually, I should have crossed off like more words on this one, but I've got authority, right? I also have securities rule board. By the way, Kaplan leaves out the word making. It is the rule making board. Sorry.
There's that tea going on again.
Well, you're going to see why that applies. The Chicago Board of Options Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange, right?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay. So I'm going to look in my, I got my authority, I got my rule making, I got my options exchange, and I got my stock exchange.
So we're looking for a cop, possibly somebody who makes laws or rules, I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody who's an options person, option trader. I'm looking, if they say option trader or option, anything to do with options, I'm going with that one.
Yeah.
D, if they're doing some sort of trade, stocks, whatever, exchange, trading, whatever, that's probably that.
Exactly. I'm going to rely exclusively for somebody else to enforce my rules. I need somebody else to enforce my rules.
Well, who enforces the rules? And I kind of said it, right?
Well, they enforce it. I guess you guys should probably see the whole question. There you go. Which of the following regulatory entity relies exclusively upon somebody else to enforce its rules? I'm going to go with the person that just makes rules. It's definitely not the authority because they are going to be the one enforcing. It's not, there's nothing about options. There's nothing about stock, but there is something about rules. Boom, 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 boom.
Right. The examining authority.
Right. That's right. Unis have no teeth.
They don't.
No, they can just make the rules, but they don't enforce their own rules.
No.
But see, that's where I would have gone. I would have looked at, I need somebody else to enforce my rules. Why are you calling myself a rule-making board?
The MSRB does not get windbreakers with that on the back because they don't get to break down the doors.
No, man, they have to call FINRA. I run a FINRA jacket.
FINRA gets a
all right
windbreaker.
So I have reorganization only, corporate bankruptcy filing. Reorganization does not allow for continued operations to occur. We know that this is not true. We know of plenty of corporations who have gone bankrupt and still stayed in business.
Yeah, GMC was a huge one.
Yeah.
They had to file and they got reorganized by the government after 2008.
I mean, how many?
They had to drop Pontiac and Saturn.
And Buick.
And Buick, right? And then they were able to continue.
And how many times have Sears and Kmart went bankrupt before they finally closed?
Yeah, they got reorganized several times.
Same. So we know that that's not a true statement. Liquidation, I'm going to sell to repay my debts, or reorganization, I'm going to sell to repay my debts. Okay, guys, can I just say something? These two are obviously opposite of each other, right? Liquidation to sell, reorganization to sell. Does reorganization sound like I'm selling anything to pay my debts?
No, it seems like I'm getting a new manager.
Right. But
We
we
getting
all
some new
see
management. We need a new CFO in here.
we need somebody new. But we've
I
all
found out
seen
Charles was sleeping on the job. Took extra long lunches. Some things were done. Need a new person.
But we all know that liquidation
Bringing in Charlene.
when we go, have you guys ever been to one of those stores that are closing, those liquidation sales? Dude, they're selling the racks,
Yeah, they're selling everything.
right?
You like that light fixture? How much you want for it? How come would you give you that?
Can I have all that fluorescent lining that you got up there?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. They do it that way.
Yeah, right. So I think the answer C, just based purely on that. Let's reveal the question. The question says, which of the following is true? Right. Look, guys, that was the answer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
because A is wrong because it's only for one.
Right.
Not true on B, and D is not what happens there.
Exactly. Oh, here. And here's the rest of the stuff. Oops. Here's the rest of the stuff in there. Nonsense. Nonsense words. Oh, nonsense words. Sorry.
See, that's why you don't pay attention to that stuff.
Nah, we don't need to pay attention to that stuff. I like this one. I saw this one and I'm like, this is everybody's favorite next to options, anyways. Right. So I got the same. Right. I got higher. I got higher and I got lower. Now, one might say, well, I got two higher, one lower, one the same, right? So where do I go with this? Check this out.
What is this, soccer? We got the same? The ends in a tie?
Right? So if I'm buying, do you guys know what par means? We just have like golf is like really popular right now.
Is it?
Like, well, I've heard golf.
I don't know. I'm not a golfer, but par, right. Let's say it's a 3-shot hole, right? That means you got to make that hole by 3 shots.
Yeah.
That's to be par.
Right.
With the course.
And have you guys ever heard like par for the course, on par? I know we've all heard of those terms outside of securities, right?
That's what it means.
So if I'm
kind of
at
even.
par, I'm breaking even, right?
Par value.
There you go. Look at that. That's the answer.
Oh.
That's the answer. It's at par. I bought it at par. That's all I needed to know. Right? I didn't need to know any of that. I didn't need to know any of that.
That's what we call keywords.
I just needed to know that I bought it on par.
And some people will ask us, well, how do people that, have no grasp of the English language, how do people that are clinically dyslexic that we've had passers, guys, we've had people pass these exams that know zero English. Like translator had to tell us everything what they were saying. That is how. They're not looking for any of those other words. They don't know them.
Yeah.
They're just looking for the keywords that Brandy taught.
Just ignore
up, down, same. Oh, par. That means same. Click. A. Done.
Yeah.
No other thought.
I like this one. This is what we're going to end with. Check this out. All, only. What's the answer, guys?
Whale. You show the question and all the other stuff. No.
Guys, that's the answer. Yeah, so here's all my things, right? All federally covered broker dealers and investment advisors, broker dealers only, state registered investment advisors only, and federally registered investment advisors only, right? The other thing is that look at which broker dealers or investment advisors are obligated to maintain a business continuity plan. You're dealing with people's money. We all have to have, but
you all have a continuity plan. Hello.
Yeah, we all have to. We're dealing with people's money. We have to have a way of our people to contact.
It's not always about the content when it comes to passing these exams.
No, man.
If it was, then I would tell you to go memorize, I don't know, some Kaplan LEM, some Solomon LEM, whatever LEM out there with all 489 pages. Or I would have people that are passed who've actually read that book 3 to 4 times and even rewrote it in their own words. But the simple fact is when you take an exam, it is not a direct question or answer thing based on content. No, it's a scenario based, and they have a lot of smoke and mirrors, and they have a lot of ways to confuse you and trip you up. So you got to kind of see through it, and you got to have a different tactic of attacking these multiple choice questions, not like the ones you got when you were 11 by your your 6th grade teacher. You got to evolve. You got to go move on to a more professional way of doing this. And then you just back it up with what content you may or may not know in that exam. And then bam, you get a pass notice. If these work 70% of the time, like I said, if these techniques work 70% of the time, and if you mastered it, right, that's a pass. But let's just say you're not even at mastery of these things. Let's say you're not, you're at a 40% with it. You're at 30%. That's 30% higher plus your content.
Yeah. Like
So
if
you're scoring currently 60%, right? Just using your content knowledge, because that's all you know, right? I've looked at the content time and time again, and all I can get is 60%. Okay, now learn the techniques, master that at least to a 30%, and guess what you got there? That's a 90%.
Yes.
Let's say you master the techniques only 10%. That's a pass.
Guys, let's say 1 out of 10 questions you got it based purely on technique. No, like what we did today. Guys, we did 6 questions. I just want you guys to know we did 6 questions. That's a 60%, right? 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right? That's a 60%. Let's say the other 4 questions you knew the answers to.
Or you need to know at least 2 more.
Or yeah, just 1 more.
1 more, right?
1 more with keywords. Guess what you got? 70.
Stop looking at this thing overcomplicated. If you can get anywhere around a 60%, do the other with the techniques. You just got to get 10%.
Yes.
10% more, you're in.
Boom.
And all you got to be is a C student to get a pass with all this stuff. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. That's all you got to do. Be a C student.
Yep.
And no one cares how you got the right answer.
No.
And there's no one checking to see your work at the end.
Right.
We had a great session the other day, and someone's all, well, what about a calculator? If I have to do a calculator listen, if you're pulling out the calculator during these securities exams, I want you to stop and hear my words in your ear. You're overthinking.
Yep.
Put down the calculator. You're overthinking it.
Yep.
You're overthinking it.
Yep.
That's it.
That is very true. If you pick up a calculator, you're overthinking.
It's not a math exam. It's a securities exam, guys.
It's not the concept.
Just get close enough to what you think the answer's at. Click that answer. Move on.
Yeah.
That's all. We're not putting spaceships into the atmosphere.
Oh man,
This ain't rocket science, really. We don't need to get right.
Just kidding.
No, when it comes to the real world, that's different.
Guys, we got computers. We got calculators like that for built into our stuff.
All right, everybody. With that, we're done for the night. That's Test Taking Techniques Tuesday, but you're not done because you need to go get yourself a flash quiz. You need to go 10 questions, 10 minutes. Go knock it out. Try those skills. Put them to use. Master it. Just like I said, right? Just even if you master 10%, that's all you may even need. But it's not going to get done if you're not practicing and you're putting this in your arsenal and trying it out. Go get that done. Tomorrow we got live sessions for members. We'll be back tomorrow for Discord Wednesday. So if you want your question to be answered live tomorrow on the Studying Brew, make sure it's put on there so we can do that. Until then, everybody, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. And keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night. Take care.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Don't forget to take that flash quiz before you go to sleep tonight. Practice those techniques, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one, guys.